All right, so I'm going to draw a tiny little picture in this tiny little sketchbook. And today I'm going to use colored pencils, so I'm just going to stick to these colors here, and I'm going to draw a chickadee. Now you need your pencils to be sharp. This sketchbook is 1 inch by 1 inch, or like about 2 centimeters by 2 centimeters. You can see the pages are just past my knuckle on my pointer finger, so just a little bit smaller than the knuckle on my thumb. And I'm going to start with the white areas. I like to do this especially on toned paper because the white will get muddied if I have color underneath it. So right now I can get a nice pure white. Now, even though this is a very small picture, I'm still really taking the direction of the feathers into consideration here. And I'm also applying a different amount of pressure where I'm seeing bold or whiter areas. My pencil just broke, but I still have a bit of a point to it. The beak actually does have some white in it. There we go. So that's the white belly. And then there is a little bit of white down in here. Now these are detail lines. That's going to be a little harder to draw. Here we go. I'm going to start to add in the black. This looks like it's blue. Let me just see here. Is it blue or black? It is absolutely blue. So, all right, just giving that black a sharpen here. And I'm going to get in and add in those tiny little lines. There we go. Nice kind of feathery feel. You can see it's still very soft. And the top of the head, just a few lines. Like one of the things I like about small drawing like this is that you don't need much information there to tell your story of what you're drawing. Now here's where it gets a little more challenging again. We have these really fine textures here. Sometimes I'll use a gel pen or a micron to get those little details in. And add just a light little bit here for the legs. There we go. And the tail feathers. We have a nice sharp pencil that's going to give us a little bit of a better story there. You don't want to include too much detail, so you kind of have to make a decision as to how much detail is appropriate. Here's the eye. I will use a gel pen just to give a little bit of a highlight into that eye to help it read. There we go. All right, so now I'm going to switch over to some grays. Now, I'm using the tone of the paper for the gray, but it is still helpful to have something that you can reference and drop in there. Like it's easier to draw in, at least for me, to draw in your objects rather than to leave them out. So here we go, little legs there. I'll have to add a little bit more shadow into those legs. They got a bit muddy. So what I can do to help separate them is just go like that and try to bring them forward a bit. I might even need to use my gel pen here just to give a little bit more definition to those legs. All right, so that's decent. I mean, I'll just zoom in a bit here. See quite a bit of detail. I'm gonna do just a little bit more white in the back area here. And then I think I will use that gel pen just to give a pop to the eye, and I might need to go in with a micron here just for those legs. So the gel pen, get it working. Boop, there we go. Add that in and a little bit on the foot. Just little dots. There we go. There, that's feeling slightly more comprehensive in terms of form. And I am going to use that micron pen as well. I'm just going to use a small one here. I don't actually like to use a micron too often because if you mix a felt tipped pen and colored pencil, you end up getting a little bit of a waxy film on your colored pencil, which is not ideal. But it will allow me to get a little bit more detail here. So now that I'm getting into the details, I'll do just a little bit more here. Yeah, so there's a little chickadee, just really tiny. If I zoom out, you'll see it's quite small. I could cover the whole thing up with my finger, almost with my nail, if we're yeah, right there. All right, well, thanks for drawing with me today. Oh, and you know, why don't we go through and look at my little sketchbook here? So I have have lots of little drawings, lots of chickadees. I should zoom in a bit here. There we go. My old dragon. So cartoons are pretty basic to do in a small format. So a lot of these drawings are little cartoons. I have a hedgehog, so lots of hedgehogs, and chickadees I find work really well in this small format because of the high level of contrast that they have. So like the different sections of them stand out a little bit better. Nice little bee there. Nice little landscape. Yeah, so lots of little things. This is a picture my daughter drew me. These are hearts. This is another heart. I'm gonna let her fill that page up there. This is my son. Yeah, so you can see lots of little drawings here. Nice pointillism blue whale. And a little landscape. Quite like this, like the detail in this is, that's like my pinky. And there's the chickadee we just drew, and a few pages to go yet. So, all right. Have a wonderful day. Bye.